It seemed like a natural thing. That's who I am. There's no fighting it, there's no changing it.
और ये करीब मेरा हाथ का वजन होगा आपका वही 200-250.
In a world of over 8 billion people, there are still stories and faces so unique they defy belief. From a man with the world's largest feet to a woman with hair as long as her own body. These people seem straight out of a movie or myth, but they're 100% real. In this video, we'll introduce you some extraordinary individuals whose appearances, lifestyles, or conditions make you question what's truly possible. This isn't fiction. These are real lives, real people, and real stories. Get ready to meet those who challenge the limits of normal, because it's impossible to believe, but this guy really exists. Are you new in this video? Click subscribe and hit notification bell, so let's get started. Jaison Orlando Rodriguez Hernandez from Venezuela isn't just tall. He holds the Guinness World Record for the largest feet on a living person. His right foot measures an incredible 40.55 centimeters, 1 foot 3.96 in, and his left foot is 40.47 centimeters, 1 foot 3.93 in. These measurements were officially taken on June 3, 2018, in Parc Saint-Paul, Beauvais, France, and no one has beaten that record since. At just 22 years old, Jaison lives in Maracay, Venezuela with his family. But life with such gigantic feet hasn't been easy. He was often teased as a child, and ordinary shoes were completely out of the question. He spent years without proper footwear, until his story caught international attention. Today, Jaison wears custom-made shoes crafted in Germany by expert cordwainer Georg Wessels, who specializes in making bespoke shoes for giants around the world. Jaison's shoe size? A mind-blowing European size 69. That's far beyond anything you'll find in stores. Despite the struggles, Jaison has learned to embrace his uniqueness. He now uses his platform to raise awareness and inspire others who feel different. His record-breaking feat may have made headlines, but it's his confidence and determination that truly leave a lasting impression. Aaliyah Naserova is widely known as the real-life Rapunzel, and she's not just famous for her beauty, she holds an official world record. On February 25, 2024, in Milan, Italy, Aaliyah achieved the title for the longest hair on a living female, with her hair measuring an astonishing 257.33 centimeters, or 8 feet 5.3 inches long. Born in Ukraine, Aaliyah has never cut her hair in her entire life. What began as a personal choice became a lifelong passion. Over the years, her hair has become her identity, a symbol of dedication, natural beauty, and patience. Maintaining such incredible length isn't easy. Aaliyah spends hours each week caring for her hair, using special routines to keep it healthy and free-flowing. When wet, it can weigh up to 2 kilograms, and she always has to be cautious not to tangle it, trip over it, or accidentally close it in a door. But for Aaliyah, it's more than just appearance. She hopes her record will inspire people to enjoy human beauty and be natural. Through her social media platforms, she shares hair care advice, creative photo shoots, and an intimate look at the life of someone who chose to embrace what makes her different. Aaliyah Naserova's incredible hair may have earned her a spot in the record books, but it's her commitment to self-expression and her message of authenticity that truly makes her unforgettable. Khaleim, a 13-year-old boy from Jharkhand, India, was born with a rare and undiagnosed condition that caused his hands to grow abnormally large. Since early childhood, his hands have continued to grow rapidly. Now, each hand weighs approximately 2.5 kilograms, making even the simplest daily tasks incredibly difficult. As a young child, Khaleim faced cruel bullying and isolation. Because of his unusual appearance, other children, and even adults, treated him like an outcast. His mother, Halima, shared how deeply painful it was. People would always ask questions and judge him. They called him the son of the devil and ran away from him in fear. Despite this constant rejection, Khaleim remains incredibly strong. He refuses to let his condition define him. Whether he's playing, walking through his village, or simply smiling through it all, Khaleim lives life like any other teenager. He doesn't let the stares or whispers get to him. His bravery and positive spirit are truly inspiring. Khaleim's journey is not just about a medical mystery. It's about resilience. It's about how, even in the face of fear, judgment, and misunderstanding, One boy can stand tall, hold his head high, and keep moving forward with courage and heart. Amu Haji was an Iranian man who shocked the world, not for his wealth or fame, but for the extraordinary life he chose to live. Born in Iran and living in the village of Dejga, Amu Haji gained global attention for reportedly not bathing for over 60 years. He feared that washing with soap and water would make him sick. Instead, he lived covered in dust, dirt, and ash, earning him the nickname, the dirtiest man in the world. His lifestyle was unlike anything you've ever seen. He lived alone, slept in a small cinder block hut or holes in the ground, and ate raw meat from animals he found. He smoked animal dung in a pipe, and drank water from rusty old cans. But despite his appearance and unusual habits, locals described him as gentle, peaceful, and kind-hearted. Many thought his way of life was sad or unhealthy, but for Amu Haji, it was a personal choice. After going through emotional struggles in his youth, he decided to live away from society, believing that isolation would keep him safe. Incredibly, Amu lived into his 90s. In 2022, he passed away shortly after being convinced to bathe for the first time in decades. A moment that sparked curiosity and sympathy across the globe. Amu Haji's story is both bizarre and deeply human. It reminds us that behind the strangest lives are often personal stories, quiet pain, and the freedom to live differently. Rose Guile, a 39-year-old woman from Oregon, USA, is challenging beauty standards in the most powerful way, by embracing her full beard. Her journey began at just 13 years old, when she first noticed excess facial hair. Feeling embarrassed and ashamed, she turned to daily shaving just to keep up with the stubble. For years, Rose battled with her appearance in silence. She tried everything: shaving, plucking, waxing, and even expensive laser treatments. But nothing provided lasting relief. The emotional burden was heavy. Like many women with polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, a hormonal condition that can cause excessive hair growth, she felt the pressure to look normal. But one day, Rose made a life-changing decision. She put down the razor and let her beard grow. The result? Confidence like never before. Instead of hiding, she stood tall, and surprisingly, she felt sexier than ever. Embracing her facial hair not only transformed how she saw herself, but it also inspired people around the world to rethink what true beauty means. Now, Rose is living life on her own terms. She's proud, powerful, and proof that confidence doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from owning who you are. Her message is clear: don't let the world define your beauty. Define it for yourself. Latif Katana from Jammu, India, was born with a rare and severe condition called neurofibromatosis, a genetic disorder that causes tumors to grow on nerve tissue throughout the body. Since birth, Latif's face has been overtaken by large, sagging tumors, leaving him with little to no visible facial features. His eyes, completely covered by thick folds of skin, have left him nearly blind. Life hasn't been easy for Latif. For decades, he endured stares, insults, and rejection from people who couldn't understand his condition. Walking through crowds, he was often met with fear or cruelty, but despite the pain, Latif remained strong. And then something beautiful happened. Latif found love in Salima, a woman born without one of her feet. Their shared experience of living with disabilities brought them together, forming a bond built on acceptance and deep understanding. Against all odds, they built a family, and today, they're proud parents of 2 daughters. Still, like any parent, Latif worries. Neurofibromatosis is a genetic condition, and he fears that one day his children might show signs of the same disease. But despite those fears, Latif focuses on love, hope, and giving his children a life filled with strength and positivity. His story is a reminder that beauty is far more than skin deep. Latif may not have a face that the world is used to, but he has a heart full of courage, love, and resilience. Meet Victoria Wright, a young woman who's challenging beauty standards and redefining what it means to be beautiful. Victoria was born with a rare genetic condition that affects her facial features. Growing up, she faced stares, whispers, and cruel comments, often being compared to characters like Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. But Victoria refused to let the negativity define her. Instead of hiding, she chose to embrace her unique look. She realized that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, and that true beauty lies in our differences. Victoria started sharing her story online, posting confident selfies and speaking out against bullying and body shaming. Her message resonated with millions, inspiring people around the world to love themselves for who they are. Victoria's confidence is contagious. She doesn't shy away from the camera. She owns it. Her social media is full of bright smiles, bold outfits, and messages of self-love. She's a shining example that you don't need to fit into society's narrow beauty standards to be absolutely stunning. Victoria's journey is a powerful reminder that beauty is not about perfection. It's about embracing your individuality. It's about loving yourself, flaws and all, and having the courage to be comfortable in your own skin. In a world that often tries to tell us how to look, how to dress, how to be, Victoria is a breath of fresh air, encouraging us to celebrate our differences and rewrite the rules of beauty. So let's all take a page from Victoria's book and embrace our unique qualities, because that's what makes us truly beautiful. Get ready to meet Harnam C, a woman who's challenging beauty standards one whisker at a time. Harnam holds the Guinness World Record for the youngest woman with a full beard. Now you might be thinking, a beard? On a woman? And yes, you heard that right. Harnam has polycystic ovary syndrome, a condition that causes excessive hair growth. Growing up, she was bullied relentlessly for her appearance. Imagine being a teenager, already dealing with the pressures of fitting in, and then having to deal with unwanted facial hair. It was tough, but Harnam decided to fight back, not with her fists, but with her voice and her unwavering self-love. Instead of hiding her beard, she embraced it, turning it into a symbol of strength, resilience, and individuality. She ditched the razors and the painful waxing appointments and decided to love herself for who she truly was. And the world took notice. Harnam became a global sensation, gracing the covers of magazines, walking the runways at London Fashion Week, and starring in music videos. But more importantly, she became a powerful voice for body positivity and self-acceptance. Harnam's message is simple but powerful. Love yourself, embrace your differences, and don't let anyone dictate how you should look or feel. In a world obsessed with airbrushed perfection, Harnam is a breath of fresh air, reminding us that beauty comes in all shapes, sizes, and yes, even beard lengths. Her story is a powerful reminder that we are all beautiful in our own unique ways. It's time to ditch the unrealistic beauty standards and embrace our individuality. So let's all take a page from Harnam's book and celebrate our differences, because that's what makes us truly special. Meet Elaine Davidson, the woman who's turned her body into a living, breathing work of art. Elaine holds the Guinness World Record for the most piercings in the world. We're not talking about a few earrings and a nose stud here. We're talking over 11,000 piercings. Now, Elaine's fascination with body modification started later in life. She got her first piercing in 1997, and well, let's just say she got hooked. From there, it became a passion, a way for her to express her individuality and push the boundaries of self-expression. Imagine the dedication, the pain, the countless hours spent getting those piercings. Elaine's body is like a canvas, adorned with piercings of all shapes and sizes, from tiny studs to large hoops, and even some more, let's say, unique pieces. She's got piercings on her face, her tongue, her ears, her body, you name it. But Elaine's story isn't just about the shock value. It's about her right to express herself, to decorate her body in a way that she sees fit. It's about challenging societal norms and embracing individuality, even if it means standing out from the crowd. Elaine's story is a reminder that our bodies are our own. We have the right to choose how we want to decorate them, how we want to express ourselves. Whether it's through tattoos, piercings, or even just the clothes we wear, it's all about personal choice and self-expression. So the next time you see someone with a unique style, instead of judging, remember Elaine. Remember her courage to be different, her dedication to self-expression, and let her story inspire you to embrace your own individuality, no matter how unconventional it may be. Get ready to meet Mahogany Getter, a woman who is absolutely rocking her own definition of beauty. Her journey is nothing short of inspiring, and her story is a testament to the power of self-love and resilience. Mahogany was born with lymphedema, a condition that caused her leg to grow significantly larger than the other. This condition, which affects the lymphatic system, can lead to severe swelling and discomfort. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds really tough, and honestly, it was. Growing up, Mahogany faced numerous challenges, both physically and emotionally. The constant stares and whispers from people who couldn't understand her condition were a daily battle. Mahogany faced a lot of stares, whispers, and just plain old ignorance from people who couldn't see past her condition. It wasn't just the physical pain that was hard to bear, but the emotional toll of feeling different and misunderstood. But here's the thing about Mahogany, she's got this inner fire, this refusal to be defined by what other people think. She decided early on that she wouldn't let her condition dictate her life or her happiness. She decided to embrace her body, to love every single part of herself, and to show the world that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Mahogany's journey to self-acceptance wasn't easy, but it was incredibly empowering. And let me tell you, she is rocking it. Mahogany didn't just stop at self-acceptance. She took it a step further by stepping into the world of modeling, a field often criticized for its narrow beauty standards. Mahogany became a model, and not just any model. She's out there breaking down barriers and challenging beauty standards. Her presence in the fashion industry is a bold statement that beauty is diverse and inclusive. She's showing the world that true beauty comes from within, from confidence, from self-love, and from embracing what makes you unique. Mahogany's confidence is contagious, and her story resonates with so many people who have felt marginalized or different. Mahogany's story is a powerful reminder that we don't have to fit into any mold. Her journey from self-doubt to self-love is a beacon of hope for anyone struggling with their self-image. We can create our own definitions of beauty, and we can celebrate the things that make us different. The upside-down man living life on his own terms. Imagine a life where your world is literally upside down. That's the reality for Claudio Vieira de Oliveira, a man born with a rare condition that left him with an inverted head, his limbs contorted, and doctors doubting he'd ever live a normal life. Born in Brazil, Claudio's condition, known as arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, affects the joints, limiting movement and causing deformities. But Claudio's story is not one of limitation. It's one of extraordinary resilience and determination. Despite the odds stacked against him, Claudio refused to be defined by his physical condition. He defied medical expectations from day one. Doctors believed he wouldn't survive past infancy, yet he thrived. They said he'd never walk, yet he learned to walk on his knees, navigating the world with an unwavering spirit. But Claudio's ambitions extended far beyond basic survival. He yearned for independence, for a life filled with purpose and passion. So he taught himself to use a computer, his neck strength allowing him to type and navigate the digital world. He pursued his education, defying those who doubted his abilities, and eventually became a qualified accountant. Can you imagine the tenacity, the sheer willpower it takes to accomplish all of this? Claudio didn't just overcome physical limitations. He shattered societal expectations. He became a motivational speaker, sharing his story of resilience and inspiring audiences around the globe. Hold on to your headphones because you're about to meet the man with the longest ear hair in the world. Radhakant Bajpai from India has ear hair that measures over 10 inches long. That's longer than most people's hands. Radhakant has been growing his ear hair for over 30 years, carefully washing and combing it every day. He's incredibly proud of his unique feature, and it's become his trademark. He even believes it brings him good luck. While some might find it unusual, Radhakant embraces his individuality and encourages others to do the same. He proves that being different is what makes life interesting. Prince Randian was one of the most fascinating sideshow performers of the early 20th century. Born in 1871 in British Guiana, now Guyana, Randian was born with a rare condition called tetra amelia syndrome, which left him without arms or legs. Despite this, he became a symbol of resilience and adaptability, living a full life in a world that wasn't built for him. Randian was of Indian descent and spoke multiple languages, including Hindi, English, German, and French. In the 1880s, he was brought to the United States by showman P.T. Barnum, and soon gained fame under the stage name The Human Torso, or The Human Caterpillar. His unique physical condition stunned audiences, but it was his skills that truly amazed them. On stage, Prince Randian could write, paint, roll cigarettes, and even light them using only his lips, shoulders, and chin. He also dressed himself and shaved his own face. His talents weren't exaggerated. He actually performed these tasks live, leaving audiences speechless. In 1932, he appeared in the cult classic horror film Freaks, where he's seen lighting a cigarette entirely on his own. That short scene became one of the most iconic moments in early cinema history, capturing the essence of his independence and ability. Behind the curtain, Randian was a husband and father. He had a wife and 5 children. He reportedly lived a peaceful family life in New Jersey and worked with traveling circuses for over 45 years. Prince Randian passed away in 1934 at the age of 63, but even today, he's remembered as more than a performer. He's a symbol of strength, self-sufficiency, and the power of embracing your identity in a world that often misunderstands difference. In a world full of ordinary, these extraordinary individuals remind us that being different is what makes us truly special. Whether it's record-breaking features, unbelievable appearances, or inspiring stories of self-acceptance, they show us that reality can be far more fascinating than fiction. So, the next time you think you've seen it all, remember, there are still people out there who will absolutely blow your mind. Because as you've just seen, it's impossible to believe. But these people really do exist. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more unbelievable stories from around the world. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.